Hi, good evening. In my ongoing quest to tell people about things I had done in my life, I used to scuba dive a good bit. Scuba diving was for somebody who my size. Okay, I mean, people used to say, why aren't you cold? And I said, well, duh. I mean, when was the last time you saw a walrus shiver? Self-deprecating humor. But the truth was, I mean, I enjoyed scuba diving because I could put on all the accoutrements, if you will, and stay down underwater and in a really cool environment where I got to interact with fish and the denizens of the deep. And I saw some really cool stuff when I went scuba diving. I've been fortunate to have some really cool encounters. I used to go to Hawaii all the time. Used to love interacting with the turtles, which you're not allowed to touch by law. They can come to you, but you can't go to them. And the dolphins and the whales and everything like that. And so it's a really good time. Had a good chance to go pretty much all around the United States and do dives in quarries and abandoned business silos and you name it. I was able to go there in the United States. I didn't do hardly any diving overseas. I didn't scuba when I was a child growing up. It was only something I did as an adult. But anyway, I'm gonna figure out one of these days how to do video in video or picture in picture to show you some really cool pictures. But to get on with what I was going to talk to you about tonight was one of the favorite places that I would go diving was a place that was fairly close by. It's a place called Goose Creek in Charleston, South Carolina. Now, the way you dive this would be a river, okay, a river dive. And the current in the river would sometimes be between 3 and 4 knots. For a diver, that's ripping. Okay, you're hanging on for dear life. And basically, what you do is you anchor yourself, overweight yourself, so that you hug the bottom of the river. You have a very powerful headlight above your head or in your hand, and you have 2 ice picks attached to the lanyards to your BC, and you jam these in the ground, and you go down the river backwards with this light on your head, looking down on the ground, looking for fossils. Okay, shark's teeth. This is not a very good example, but you see, you find these in the bottom of the river, and you just start working them loose, and pull them out, and oh, goodie bag, stick it in your goodie bag. And I have found literally, I mean, just hundreds of these, shark's teeth. It's usually missing a tip or something, never being a full tip. But a lot of times the enamel will be intact and everything like that. You'd see some barnacle growth or something like that. But that was pretty much the whole thing. So, and you'd find rib bones from various animals that has this is hard as a rock. It is a rock. Okay, it has calcified over millions of years and turned into solid rock. So anyway, one of the really cool things that we would find because everything is constantly being washed back and forth by the tide of the river going in and going out, that you're constantly dredging up new stuff. That the Cooper River was at one time the bottom of the ocean, so everything kind of as animals died, everything kind of came down to the bottom and rested at the bottom, and now that's what you look for. So one time I went there, not one time, several times. I made this shadow box, and I apologize. Okay, I found these shark teeth. Here's what I call junior. I don't know if you can see the size here. Okay, that's about 3.5, 4 inches tall from here to here. Okay, this piece right here is granddaddy right there. Okay, and again you can see the size difference from here to here. Okay, this is the big one right here. All right, fully intact. I've been offered $8,000 for that sucker because, as far as I know, it is the second largest tooth to come out of the Cooper River, and from tip to tip, it's 7 inches long, 6.5 inches long. But so there's some cool stuff there. But anyway, we were on this one dive one day, and the problem with the river is wherever you are, when you come up, no matter you might be here, but by the time you come up and the boat comes to you, you may be several hundred yards away. All right. So anyway, I'd been diving all day, and I came across this really cool looking thing at the bottom, I saw these things that were kind of shaped like bricks. Okay, and so I grabbed one. I stuck it in my goodie bag, and I went to the surface. And I was trying to get the attention of the boat. The boat kind of came on and picked me up, and so I was opening up my goodie bag and everything like that, and I was just putting it on the bench, and the diver says, "What is this? What is this?" And I said, "Oh, I was going to ask you about that." He says, "Do you know what this is?" And I said, "Well, no, that's what I was going to ask you, so I brought it up." And he says, "That is a ballast stone." I said, "A ballast stone? What's that?" He says, "The ships of old, okay, to stop the ship from going into the water like this, would lay these ballast stones in there, and that would weight the hull of the ship down so that the ship would ride more smoothly in the water and take the waves better." And he said, "Hey, how many did you get?" Well, there was a whole bunch of them down there, but I couldn't tell you where they were. And he goes, "Man, that's rare." Okay, so I'm like very proud of myself. Okay, so we're coming back into the dock. Okay, we've been out, for the day, and I'm standing on the front of the boat. Okay, and I'm waving this thing at people who are going out to go diving. "Hey, look what I found! Hey, look what I found!" And I heard someone go by, and I heard, "Don't look funny, man. He's waving a brick." Holy shit. They got me. It is a brick. That one was good. I swear to God, I've had this brick now for about 12, 13 years. It's my brick. Y'all have a good night.